Earliest memories of reading are the weekly visits to the library that my mom took me and my sister to. I remember a jungle-themed kids corner and that someone would read to us and then we would complete a fun activity or craft. My earliest memory of being read to at school was in second grade, my teacher Mrs. Chestnut. She would sit in her rocking chair and have us gather around her on the carpet, and we would just listen so intently to whatever story she was reading to us. I always enjoyed writing in school, but what really made me feel like an author was when we were able to publish a book of our own. I chose a poetry book and I titled it, "I'm a Poet and I Didn't Even Know It." I thoroughly enjoy both reading and writing. Both then and now, I feel that I am stronger in reading than writing. I've always enjoyed writing when I felt that I could be creative. I write better when I can get straight to the point and don't have to worry about a word count. Honestly, the hardest part for me is starting, but once I do, I'm on a roll. Anytime I think of my love for reading, I think of the series of Unfortunate Events. At the time, it was unlike anything I'd ever read. This mysterious author, Lemony Snicket, stretched my vocabulary, broke from traditional happy endings, and ultimately made me more creative. I often tried to mimic his writing style. My current writing habits entail texting, emailing, and of course, writing papers for school. My current reading habits include looking over social media and blogs, reading juvenile literature, reading books for professional development in graduate school, and listening to audiobooks while I drive. A pattern I noticed in my reading history is that I always reach for the realistic fiction genre. I have recently recognized that this is a weakness of mine, and I'm making a conscious effort to not let this spread into my teaching any longer. I am now making a point to read across multiple genres with my students by recognizing a specific one each month. Notice in my writing that I'm more creative and feel less pressured when the writing is shorter. At times I tend to overthink my writing if I have a required word or page count. I rarely ever give my students a required amount, instead I call them goals. I realize my fourth graders still need to know that a paragraph isn't one sentence, so finding that balance of a requirement and still teaching them correctly can be tricky at times. I noticed that the years that I felt the most passionate and confident in my reading and writing were the years that the teachers displayed the same passion and confidence in me. Having someone, especially an adult that you look up to, believe in you is life-changing. My experiences with literacy shaped me as a teacher because of the influence of my teachers throughout my life. There's many things that I do in my classroom because I remember my teacher doing it and me loving it as a student. I feel so lucky to have had such great teachers throughout my life. I hope one day my students feel the same way.
Created using Powtoon.